Yo. Welcome to another episode of SwezzyFilmz Tv. We got a very, very special guest in the building. Allow you to introduce yourself, big dog.
What up, world? It's your boy Mookie Motonio, a.k.a. the Ohio player. Shout out to my boy Swezzy. We in the building.
Yes, sir, man. Let's start off by where you from and where you grew up at.
I'm from up the way, Southside Cleveland, Ohio. You know, born and raised. You know what I'm saying? Went to John F. Kennedy.
Okay. So, how was it growing up the way?
Up the way. Man, you know it's crazy, man, because people from like the Clare area, they think up the way is like the most dangerous area in the world. Right. We think that way about like the other side of town. Feel me? So for me, whatever it is, and it might not be a good thing, the way I was raised is normal. Like, it might be some trauma or some shit, but it was just like, that's what we was used to, product of my environment, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, things has changed over the time, let's just say that. But when I came up, it was gravy, man. Especially like going to school. Man, Kennedy was like a fashion show when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? We always had the most beautiful women up the way.
Right. Y'all got some up there, I agree.
Hey, you already know this, Yeah.
So, what do you think is the difference between back then and now, as far as like the neighborhood?
Well, first off, like I think a lot of people moved around, so it's kind of like it's people from other areas that's coming in, and we gonna get down to it like that. A lot of these young cats, they don't have no OGs. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the young girls, you know what I'm saying, they don't have nobody to look up to or teach them some game to let them to help guide them. So they lost. That's what we dealing with. We dealing with just a lost culture right now. They trying to find their way. And as of now, you know what I'm saying, people like me and yourself, we have a hand in to kind of help that, you feel me? So that's really it though. I think people just, it's a different neighborhood than what we grew up in, Shit, I barely see kids outside now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the tablets and playing the game or whatever, or they are outside, they into some bullshit.
Right.
I can cuss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's like PG.
PG Swezzy.
No, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt.
So I take you're an artist, right?
No doubt. I'm an entertainer.
Entertainer, okay.
Yeah.
So what led you to the entertainment world?
Man, honestly, man, it was just bred in me, man. I used to entertain since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Just goofy shit. I remember I was in daycare, man. I used to dance like Michael Jackson real good when I was a kid. They used to put me in the middle of the damn school and have everybody surround me, and I would like dance like good as fuck. I was that good, right? So as time went on, I would always vision myself like as a performer, or as an actor, as a host. You know what I'm saying? I do a little stuff at school, and man, one day, man, I just decided like, man, I'm about to just pick this pen up and just get to it, And it was, man, it was the best decision I ever made,
So how far as a rapping wise? So how long you say you've been rapping then?
I would say I've been writing since I was like 13, but I've been like, I really started taking it serious like when I turned like 18. When I got out of high school, I was like, I'm just gonna work these jobs, I'm gonna grind, but I'm gonna give this rap a try. I'm gonna give myself a chance. You feel me? So that's what I did. I bet on myself. I definitely like I'm in a position a lot of people would love to be in. And it's more to come. I'm still grinding.
Okay. So how would you describe the type of music you create?
Man, I would call it universal. Basically, like I don't like to be boxed in. My biggest record is called Black is Beautiful, but my funnest record is called Freak Life.
Right.
So you feel me? It's like it's a balance. That's what I'm about. I'm about balance. So I say universal. I can hop on anything. I'm very where am I looking? I say it all the time. Versatile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm very versatile. So but now though, I try to stick into the things that I like. I remember when I was first grinding coming up, I didn't care who you was. You send me a beat, I hopped on.
Right.
Because I was just trying to get my shit off, and I was just networking and grow. That's how I grew my brand. And then once that name got up, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need a couple dollars. Yeah.
So what is your creative process like when you're in the booth?
Man, when I'm in the booth, first thing first, like I'm not like, I know it's a whole new wave of how rappers rap now. They think it's new, but they try to do like the Jay-Z, Biggie, Wayne thing, where they just try to come off the dome. And that's why a lot of it is trash.
Right.
But they not GOAT status. You feel me?
Right.
I need to write. I need to memorize, and I need to I need to know my cadence. I need to know my delivery. I need to know where I need to catch my breaths. And I like my whole thing is really like I practice it before I go in the booth, just so when I'm in there, it's just going. You know what I'm saying? I record, go through a song. Shout out to Matt like the fans, I record with. I'll be like, hey Matt, put on the next beat. Boom, I'm going. Put on the next beat. Boom, and everything just memorized. And I got it down the way I need to get it down. You know, and that's how you get more productive. You go in this motherfucker trying to think of shit, and now you done wasted 4 hours on one verse because you can't even, you know what I'm saying? You can't even get it right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Give me 4 hours, I'm probably knocking out at least 5 songs. You know?
No, that's how it should be though.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt.
So, have you ever had the opportunity to get signed to anybody?
No, I've been independent my whole career. People have offered, definitely. You know, I do have affiliates. I'm affiliated with Bone Thugs. You know, but I'm Southside City Music Group. That's my label. You feel me? So I just been that my whole life, and then of course I rock with TL. That's the Life Bone Thugs, and then that's some affiliation shit for real. They rock with me tough, and I rock with them.
So speaking of Bone Thugs, man, I see you been rocking with them a lot. I got a few songs with them. How did you link up with them?
Oh man, crazy. So look, I was on Facebook one day, and I followed this Crazy Bone fan page. I thought it was a fake page, but it was so much motion on there. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna put a video on this page." I put a video on the page. I get a comment from Crazy Bone. I'm thinking it's fake, right? He say, "Oh man, this is dope. You got a Twitter?" I'm like, "Damn, this nigga got a fake Crazy Bone Twitter too." You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "All right, fuck it. What's the Twitter?" So boom, I sent him something on Twitter. I get a text from my nigga Kane. Shout out to Kane. Me and Kane was already cool. You know what I'm saying? He texted me. He was with Crazy at the time. He said, "Yo, you know Crazy Bone watching your videos?" I'm like, "Oh, it's really this nigga." You know what I'm saying? So he like, "Yeah, but I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to see his natural reaction." Whatever. So boom, from there, you know what I'm saying? Me and Kane was already cool. So it was just easy for me to just transition to going on the road with him. And then as time progressed, everybody else started seeing my talent and started seeing my grind. The first person that ever even said something to me about my talent was Busy. Like outside of Crazy Bone, of course. Busy seen me, pulled me to the side like, "Hey man, your shit dope. I fuck with your shit." You know what I'm saying? Whoopty whoop. And it felt good because it was like, damn man, this is bomb. Yeah. No matter what. They're my niggas. But I still look at it like, yo, this is bomb. You know what I'm saying? And Cray, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? But I've always looked up to him. They from Cleveland. Yeah. So yeah. No doubt. But I hope I answered your question.
Right. Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I also seen you was on a versus stage with him too, man. How was that experience, man?
Oh my God. So listen, this how versus happened. People, I'm gonna just be 100. When versus first happened, it was the virtual thing, right. Remember? So when I seen that, I said, yo, I told Kane, I said, man, it'd be dope if DJ Paul and Cray did like a versus because they was always in the studio together. They were still working on the album. So he like, damn, that's a good ass idea. So he hit the powers to be or whatever, and they was going to get ready to do it with just Cray and DJ Paul. They was going to do that. Swizz and Timberland came in like, no, got a better offer or whatever. And it took a minute, but it happened, right? So I wasn't going to miss that shit for the world.
That's right.
I'm like, oh no, nigga, I'm near. You know what I'm saying? Man, dog. So it was so motherfucking lit. I'm standing at the front of the stage, right? I'm at the bottom. Then all I hear was, "You ugly motherfuckers, da 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 da." And then he threw the bottle at Juice, and I was like,
"Oh, it's about to go down.
Is this for real?" You know what I'm saying? So boom. So when they get to squabbling and shit, we hop on stage. Now mind you, don't nobody want to fight,
right?
Because like Bone, they really got love for each other. That's some past shit that they used to have. But ultimately, like, I was just on the road with DJ Paul, and I got a song with him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, we ain't trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's too much money involved, too many opportunities involved. I wasn't getting paid to be there, but it's a hell of a networking scene. You know what I'm saying? So after that died down, you seen what happened, and it was just dope. I was on the stage or whatever, and just to see all the legends in the building, Lil Wayne, Terrence Howard played this though, cause nigga, you from Cleveland? What you doing over there? You know what I'm saying? So, but in the building, first of all, when Lil Wayne came out, the crowd didn't recognize it was Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But once they did, You follow wrestling? You used to follow wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay, back in the day, like in the Attitude Era, when some shit popped off, it was loud as fuck. Like people go crazy. Nowadays, everybody pulling out their phones.
Yeah.
So the reaction is different now. Same thing with that. Like people ain't really like just go crazy. They like, oh, that's Wayne. They pulling their phones out. You feel me? And I'm like, when I found out he was there, Cray told me. He was like, no, Lil Wayne. And I couldn't really put, like, what the fuck is Lil Wayne here? Yeah, Kane was like, nigga, bands and make her dance. I'm like, oh. So, but it was, man, that's probably one of the dopest events I've been to. Probably the dopest, honestly. To be around all that shit, man. I didn't sleep for like 2 days when I was in Cali that day. Man, we went to this crazy strip club. It was some hoes in there, boy. You hip to Big U? Yeah. I don't care, man. It was his birthday bash. It was at a spot called Deja Vu. I think that's what it was called, man. Man, I'm talking about. I ain't know Cali had it like that.
Yeah. I still never been out there, man. I gotta get out to Cali.
I gotta get out to Cali. That would be, if I had a choice to live somewhere else, it'd be there.
Yeah.
It just costs too goddamn much.
I know that's right. It's too hot there.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to you for a minute, man. Let's talk about your music. Let's talk about some of your latest projects you got.
Yeah. So last year I dropped an album called ISO Boom. You know, that's how I start all my stories online. Like, even when I talk, just be like, you know, ISO Boom, whatever, get to talking my shit. And I wanted to give it like a mixtape feel. So I really just put banger after banger after banger, you know. And I just kind of let the people decide on what they really fuck with. Then I put out singles beforehand, you know. I put out videos with Nefertiti Abani, that was Freak Life. I put out Plot Twist with Crazy Bone. I put out God's Here with PRB Jones and Kane. Money Moves with Kane and Lazy Bone. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and feed the streets real quick, then drop the album. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple other features. I got Envy Jazzo, Chip. I got Chip on there. You know, got production from Matt Light the Flame, Matt Lock. You know what I'm saying? Mook on the beat. Yeah. Ryan Wolf, he got on there. Scratch. You know what I'm saying? A couple songs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a well put together project. People loved it. This was my first actual digital album that I released. So when I put it out, I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck to expect. And when I tell you the response was just crazy, I'm like, damn, people fuck with albums like that? You know what I'm saying? I've been putting out singles, people rock with them, videos, they rock with them. But when I put out that album, they was like, oh, no, nigga, we bumping this. I'm like, that's what's up. Yeah, so I got another one coming out real soon. I'm just putting the formula together, you know? Yeah.
That's dope, man. So, how do you feel the internet has impacted the music industry?
Whew. Okay, it's pros and cons for sure. It helped because, you know, you saw how I just described to you how I got in touch with Crazy Bone. Right there, boom, quick connection. You know what I'm saying, off top. And you can do that, you know what I'm saying? You apply yourself, you can reach people just through there. But it made people lazy, you know what I'm saying? I came up in an era where I used to stay up, or I used to work all day, go home, burn all my CDs myself, you know what I'm saying? Case them up, you know what I'm saying? I'm by myself. Next day, I'm out there trying to sell them. I'm out there putting in footworks to give them away, whatever I had to do. That's missing in this generation. The hustle is gone. You know what I'm saying? We had no choice. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I started at a time, MySpace probably just started. Yeah. I was young, you know what I'm saying? And then that time, and then, speaking of that, more social networks start coming involved. MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So you had to capture all this shit, you feel me? So it's helpful as long as you know how to work that shit. But if not, you know what I'm saying, it can be detrimental. People can get discouraged. You see one person doing great, motherfuckers be lying online, right. So you can't really believe everything you see. Yeah. But you see some, especially on the ground, you know what I'm saying? You go in there see somebody like you think, damn, why my shit ain't, don't worry about that. You keep grinding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of these people buying followers.
Well, if you can't tell the difference by now, then you just, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know, but I don't know, man. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like you just grind and just keep pushing, keep moving around, man. Something gonna fall through for you. Something gonna come your way. That's it, you know.
So, what's the best advice somebody gave you?
Best advice somebody gave me, like as far as with anything. Ooh, the best advice: fake it till you make it. Yeah, that's the first thing I think of. I mean, this guy used to tell me that, man. I used to work at BP when I was like younger and shit. Yeah, I'll be like, man, what's going on, man? He's like, I'm just faking it till you make it. Like, you should do the same. You know what I'm saying? Fake it till you make it. I be like, fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, no matter what you're going through, don't let it stress you out. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes you might be in a situation, you don't like it, but you're going to have to fight through that shit. You know what I'm saying? And once you get there, you there. You know what I'm saying? So that shit stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? It's some old school shit, though. Right. Player shit.
Yeah, player, right? So, what's next for Mookie?
Man. Okay, music, of course, but I gotta get more in acting, man. I kind of put it off because I've been so focused on music. Right. And I wanted to get things in order, get things rolling. Music is what got me in front of this camera. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, cool, that's gonna be there. Let me go ahead and do some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've acted before, of course. You know, I did High School 1, 2, shout out to Johnny and Dave. You know what I'm saying?
You did do High School.
Yeah, and I did Monday Mornings.
Right,
you know
Monday morning.
Right. Oh, I did. What else? I was in Scam Likely.
Right.
Yeah. I was in Scam Likely. And but yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying. That's I want to tap more into that, you know, and that's really it. I just want to. As I'm an entertainer, so I'm all around. I host and shit too, but I really ain't been doing that because I ain't want to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's cool, but it ain't the same as the other shit. You know. When I was hosting, I ain't get the same respect I got as a rapper. Right. It's crazy because some people it's always some little niggas that's like new to it and shit, and they just thought I was just some host nigga. I said, bitch, I ain't even like, nigga, you better do your research. Because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? They think I'm some janky promoter or some shit like that. Nah, so when I do host, I want to just host like bigger events. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to do underground shit, but them niggas don't appreciate it.
Right. Yeah, so why don't you let everybody know where we can find you at? How we can reach you?
Yeah, so basically TikTok, Instagram is the Ohio Player. You spell player Playa. Twitter, Player Mook. That's regular Player Mook. Mookie Motonio. You spell Motonio, Motonio. You Google that, I'm the only nigga that's gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I made sure my name was unique. You know what I'm saying? I had to separate myself. So I'm on all digital platforms. Make sure you stream that album, So boom. Shout out to my boy Swezzy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Another episode of SwezzyFilmz TV in the books. It's a wrap.
All right, let's get it.
Get it.